On Saturday, it's a trip to the south coast for Liverpool as the Reds take on bottom of the league Bournemouth in the Premier League. The club are off the back of an unbelievable 7 thrashing of Manchester United and will want to follow that up with another 3 points as top 4 is getting closer. In today's video, we're going to discuss some huge news ahead of the clash, whilst also going over the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. With Liverpool expected to sign a new centre-back in the summer, RB Leipzig's Josko Vardiol has emerged as a high-profile potential target. Vardiol is developing into one of the best young centre-backs in the world, having joined Leipzig from Dinamo Zagreb in 2021 to establish himself as a key player. The 21-year-old Croatian is also said to be one of the most coveted players in the summer transfer window, with the majority of Europe's elite clubs being linked. Liverpool are no different, with Sky Germany's Florian Plettenberg reporting that Vardiol is on the list as the Reds weigh up at defensive targets. This is followed up by further reports by the same outlet, who explain that there is a particular interest in the youngster, though Plettenberg stresses there have been no negotiations and Leipzig want to keep him. Interestingly then, Sky Germany claim that Ajax's Jurgen Timber is also among candidates being considered, as well as Eintracht Frankfurt's Evan Ndicka. Timber is a right-sided centre-back who can play as a right-back and told Ajax Live last month that he would look at his options in the summer. Ndicka, meanwhile, is left-sided, can also play as a left-back, and will be a free agent when his contract expires in July. Elsewhere, Sky Germany claim that Timber's Ajax teammate Edson Alvarez is a possible target for the midfield rebuild, though Jude Bellingham is the priority. AC Milan's Beninka, Inter Milan's Nico Barella, Wolves' Ruben Neves have also been touted with moves to Liverpool. Liverpool are known to hold interest in Matheus Nunes of Wolves and Mason Mount of Chelsea, with there a likelihood of there being 3 midfielders being brought in the summer. Naby Keita, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Loney Arthur are certain to depart, while James Milner will also see his contract expire at the end of the season. At centre-back, Liverpool are likely to sell Nat Phillips, while there are question marks over the futures of Joel Matip, whose terms are up in 2024, and Joe Gomez. Liverpool will look to build on the emphatic win against Manchester United last weekend when they take on a struggling Bournemouth side in the Premier League on Saturday. Bournemouth come into this one bottom of the Premier League table on goal difference, and they are many people's favourites to stay there or at least to remain in the bottom 3. In terms of their team news for this one, Jefferson Lerma and Hamed Traore were both ruled out for the Arsenal defeat with injuries, but they are expected to be fit to face Liverpool. There is also a slim chance that Bournemouth could be getting Ilya Zabrini, Marcus Tavernier and Lloyd Kelly back from injuries. Matthias Wiener, David Brooks and Junior Stanislas will be out for this one, and it'll be intriguing to see if Gary O'Neill puts Lerma and Traore back into the starting lineup or not. The injury situation for Liverpool is much the same as it was when they came into the Manchester United game. Thiago, Luis Diaz and Calvin Ramsey are all absentees for the trip down south. However, there is some fairly big news as both Naby Keita and Joe Gomez have returned back to the team. However, both are unlikely to start in the 11 and will probably have to settle for a place on the bench. Following the announcement of UEFA's plans to refund a portion of the fans after the 2022 Champions League final, Real Madrid have rejected the terms. On Tuesday, UEFA confirmed plans for compensation to supporters who attended last year's Champions League final between Liverpool and Real Madrid. The initiative, which covered those entering through gate ABC, XYZ, will see Liverpool FC repaid funds in order to refund their fans independently. While the policy included all 19,618 Liverpool fans, fewer Real Madrid supporters qualified despite the clear overall disruption to the event at the Stade de France. In a statement released on Thursday afternoon, Real Madrid have rejected the terms laid out by UEFA, describing them as insufficient and suggesting all supporters should be compensated. Given the forcefulness of the experts' conclusions in an independent review finding UEFA primarily responsible, and the seriousness of the facts described, Real Madrid have been holding talks with UEFA in order to assess the compensation that would be offered to fans. Our club trusted at all time and these solutions would be commensurated with the seriousness of the facts, the scope of the damage caused by UEFA's responsibility for all of this. Unfortunately, our club considers the UEFA proposal insufficient, official communicated last Tuesday, and which consists exclusively of the reimbursement of the price of tickets, which is also conditioned by the fulfillment of a series of requirements, among which is included demonstrate the timing of the access of the stadium. The reality is that all fans suffered an abysmal delay to the start of the match, in addition to the unacceptable insecurity both in assessing the stadium and its evacuation, along with the additional serious damage such as robberies, assault and threats. For this reason, Real Madrid had decided not to collaborate in the limited compensation procedure promoted by UEFA, with which he asked to rectify and assume full responsibility. The Spanish club confirmed they will be setting up a service to allow their fans to communicate the damage they suffered on May 28th. In their own report on UEFA's proposal, Liverpool insisted that this is UEFA's refund policy, not a Liverpool FC policy. Sepp van der Berg marked his first game in 5 months with an own goal for Schalke 2, and his bad luck has continued with a new injury setback. After a promising start on loan with Schalke in the Bundesliga, an ankle ligament injury suffered in October has led to a miserable campaign for van der Berg. The Dutchman required surgery, and after initially returning to light training during the winter break, he was then forced out again after a complaint of an ongoing pain in his ankle. But there were promising signs as van der Berg took to the pitch for the first time in 5 months on Saturday, as Schalke 2, the reserve side, visited FC Jurgen. It was a nightmare start for the defender and his team, however, with FC Jurgen taking a 2-0 lead within the first 19 minutes. First was a header from a corner before van der Berg conceded a lapstick of his own goal, as he played a blind pass beyond goalkeeper Radomir Nakovic for it to triple over the line and in. Schalke 2 mounted a comeback through goals from Nelson Amdamin and Maureen Ballock, while van der Berg played the full 90 minutes. However, a twisted ankle in training earlier this week has now led to another spell on the sidelines, as Schalke manager Thomas Rees explained on Tuesday. He said, "None of the injured players will return. Sepp van der Berg has suffered a slight setback, but we're just being cautious with him at the moment." The hope is then that Rees's comments on the severity of the issue ring true, but it can only be seen as frustrating development in a season full of them for van der Berg. So far since joining Schalke in August, the 21-year-old has played just 4 times for the first team, and though he was named in the provisional Netherlands under-21 squad for this month, he is now likely to be omitted. There was belief that with a productive loan in the Bundesliga, van der Berg could return as a part of the Liverpool squad for next season. Whether that is the case remains to be seen, with the club weighing up moves for a number of centre-backs in the summer transfer window. Liverpool fans, what are your score predictions for Saturday's game against Bournemouth, and do you think we'll get top 4 this season? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.